Really low scholarship numbers, and he knew they had to start things up front. They hit the transfer portal hard. It's changed things. The defensive front much better, and the offensive line much improved this season.
The third of 4 straight bowl games here on ESPN, 7 on our ESPN family of networks. Rice won the toss, elect to defer, and Southern Miss will start out at the 25 after a touchback. The fifth-year senior at his 4th start of the season goes to the air to start, and he's got a completion to Jason Brownlee, his top wideout, for 27 yards to the third-team All-Sun Belt wide receiver, one of the best in program history. And now our first look at Frank Gore Jr., lowering the shoulder.
But he's not in a big hurry to get to the line of scrimmage always. So he's patient. You see him pick his way.
From the 34, and Lowe gets brought down. So there is some havoc in the backfield from that Rice defense with Josh Pierce in the country. Second down and long. Quick throw. Lowe's got Brownlee again, and it's a first down. Boy, pretty good arm on display there from Trey Lowe. Numbers has been problematic for him this year. Lowe lofts it again toward the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. Jakarius Caston hangs on. And Southern Miss strikes first here in Mobile, Alabama. Said to us yesterday, I'm not sure he's not closer to 100%. They tried on the ground with Cam Montgomery, and he is stacked up. No game. 2 guys you mentioned, McCaffrey and Rosner. 5-man rush. Paget nearly intercepted. Jay Stanley's got 4 of them this year to lead the team. He dropped that one. Brings up 4th down across the board. Montgomery, jet quick. 12 yards on the pickup. And
personal foul, target, defense, number 9, using the crown of the helmet. This play is under further review. After further review, the defender did not use the crown of the helmet. Therefore, there is no foul for targeting.
Wow.
The result of the play is a first down.
That's shocking to me, because it sure looked like he lowered his head and hit him with the top of his helmet.
Boy, and if you're Austin Armstrong, the defensive coordinator, Will Hall, the head coach, this is a major crisis averted.
You're not kidding. You're talking about a guy who's really active, and we mentioned it.
5-man rush, and Paget into a tight window, complete. Jack Bradley had it pop out at the end.
On the sideline.
And recovered by the defense. First down for Southern Miss.
So they are saying catch, fumble, and a Southern Miss recovery. Now 3rd down and short. And Southern Miss keeps it on the ground with Frank Gore. And he's
Leaving the field.
That's a pretty good tight end for him as well. Boy, nice job by Mason Hunt. He fielded that snap off the bounce, and then he pins Rice back at the 1-yard line on a punt. 3rd down and long for the Owls. And Paget goes down under pressure. Sacked at the 5-yard line. Jay Stanley and Dalen Gill brought the heat. It's a loss of 5. So 1st down and long. And it's Gore. Ton of running room for Frank Gore Jr. To the house for a touchdown. 64 yards for Southern Miss. Paget, quick throw, and it's Luke McCaffrey, who's been the best weapon offensively for Rice in this first half. Now on 1st down, it's a jet sweep to Braylon Walker. Talented true freshman who came on in the regular season finale. Walker came in that finale when he announced himself on the collegiate scene. Quentin Jackson in his first collegiate action on the throwback from Paget, and he runs it down toward the Van Sickle from 34 yards. He struggled his last couple of games after a hot start to the season, but Mike Bloomgren with all sorts of contact. Trey Lowe. And it's Gore breaking a tackle. And Frank Gore Jr.'s got a 1st down out on 9 totes. Lowe steps up, fires it deep down the field, and it's hauled in by Jakarius Caston, reaching out to make the grab at the 10-yard line. Jake Lang is his holder, and Bourgeois is good from inside of 20. On a 1st down from the 45. Clean pocket, Lowe steps up and jukes his way for a first down. Rumbles into plus territory to the 37.
In fact.
Pressured, and the ball came out. Rice trying to pounce on it at the 40. Myron Morrison went diving in for it after Akena and Achukwu popped it free. And the Owls have the football. Yeah, it's Jackson in his first game and a wide receiver who had their big runs. Easy access throw to the outside and a completion to Bradley Rosner. Makes Montgomery and Uriah West on a flip to McCaffrey, nearly got picked off. McCaffrey takes it to the edge and out of bounds near the 25 on its first possession here in the third quarter. Paget toward the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Isaiah Esdale into the end zone for Rice. Down for Trey Lowe, fifth-year senior quarterback. Under pressure. Lowe tried to dump that off toward Gore. And let's see. Brought the heat, and Rice has the football. It's another takeaway for the Owls. And now they have forced a couple of takeaways. Short field. Paget takes a shot for Esdale again. Touchdown. How about the sudden change? Bowl game, you can still play. And Chamberlain, one of two guys that's the case. Cam Montgomery rips off a big run for Rice toward the 30. And the Owls have all the momentum here. Paget, end zone. Wants it again. He's got Rosner. Touchdown, Owls. A.J. Paget's third touchdown toss of the quarter. And you see just 11 yards this quarter for the Golden Eagles. Low. Complete across the middle to Jakarius Caston. And they're inside the 40. They stay super back, and it's Gore. Bouncing off tacklers. Frank Gore accelerates, cuts it back, and Gore lost the football. They'll say he was down late in this third quarter. And Gore to the air again. He floats it for Mims for a touchdown. Frank Gore can do it all. Southern Miss brings pressure. Paget across the middle, and it's caught. Esdale with a first down and a whole lot more. Natron Brooks standing at the Southern Miss 10. Nose down, kick up, and it bounces just outside the 5. And that is here in Mobile. Southern Miss starts from inside its own 5. And Frank Gore Jr. bursts through with a big one. Gore cuts it back. And a stiff arm for Chamberlain, who runs him out of bounds inside the 40. In the second half that has been controlled by Rice. Frank Gore Jr.'s got other ideas. Another shifty cut. He's got a first down.
Tackle to tackle, run it at him.
19 yards there. Trey Lowe toward the end zone. And that in the back of the end zone is caught for a touchdown by Jason Brownlee. On a dart from Trey Lowe. 17 in a bowl game this season. Pressure on Paget. Rolls out to his left. Tucks it and gets popped. Dominic Kwiwan was in there in the 4th. Rice with the football in plus territory. Paget takes a shot down the sideline into coverage, and what a catch by Quentin Jackson. The freshman stepping up on the biggest struggle down the stretch. On 4th down, Paget to the end zone, and it's broken up. Eric Scott, the breakup, intended for Bradley Rosner, and it's a turnover on downs forced by Southern Miss. Reading all the hypothetical articles, and they did get in, but A.J. Paget's going down. Sacked by Dalen Gill on first down. Running backs Otoviano and Quentin Jackson beside Paget. Spinning away from pressure, and down he goes again. On the ground, Gore straight up the middle. And the football came out. And Rice jumps on it. And another Southern Miss turnover. It's for Paget, who has missed on 6 straight. Pressure comes. Paget goes down. It's Dalen Gill again. They start at their 44. Why not Frank Gore? Up the middle with a cut. Frank Gore breaks the tackle. Inside the 10. Gore! Touchdown! This man is unstoppable.
Number 3, Superback might not be a big enough title.
You think he likes coaching this guy? And yeah, we can laugh because it's a pretty obvious Capital One player of the game, Frank Gore Jr. That's silly.
It's kind of anticlimactic, really. Player of the game. Gee.
H comes in, the backup quarterback, and he rolls out on 3rd down, throws on the run, and a bobbling catch made by McCaffrey.
Almost twins.
4th down and 2 for Rice. Gotta have it, and it's batted around and picked off. Jay Stanley, the interception to put it on ice for Southern Miss. At Miami on the ground was 195. Junior today, 329, all kinds of records, and Southern Miss puts together a winning season. They get to 7-6, and they win the LendingTree Bowl over Rice.
That man, he's fired up. Year 2 under Will Hall, gets to 7 wins.
Frank Gore Jr. down here. A lot of people coming down and congratulating him on the great performance. Frank, 3 touchdowns on the day, 1 passing, 2 rushing. You broke a school record with rushing yards. How'd you do it?
Grateful for these guys right here. You know, they opened up lanes and just I knew how important this was for our team. Auntie, chill. I knew how important this was for our team, and just we had to come out and get it done.
Auntie's got to give you some love over here. I know your dad was giving you some coaching on the sideline just now. What do you say about tonight?
I'm thankful. I'm thankful for all my teammates. You know, I owe it all to these guys. You know, they've been with me through the dark time, through the ups. So I owe it all to these guys. I wanted to spill it for them.
You guys battled back to win this game in a tough second half. What does it say about this program here at Southern Miss?
We've been there before. We've been down before. Being down 7 1/3 was nothing to us. So we just looked at each other in the eyes, shook it off, and we knew what time it was.
Frank, what comes next for this program? How do y'all take the next step after this?
Greatness. We're coming for a Sun Belt. We're coming for the rest of the Sun Belt. We're going to be ready. Next year, we're going to take a large step, and we're going to be ready.
With the boys behind him.